The Democrats will have another presidential debate on Wednesday. Here are a few things that I will be looking for on Wednesday night's debate. Hey, everybody, I'm Chad HD, host of the Chad HD Show, which airs weekday mornings 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time on News Talk 95.1 FM and 790 a.m. KFYO. MSNBC will be the place where you can watch Wednesday night's Democrat debate from Atlanta, Georgia. That's where the debate will be taking place. From 8 p.m. Central Time to 10 p.m. Central Time is when the debate will take place. It'll be, according to Vox, an all-female panel of moderators, something that's only happened twice before in presidential primary debates. So I guess it's really not that big of a deal. The debate is taking place as the Democrat race is hitting a holding pattern. Two new candidates, Deval Patrick, Michael Bloomberg, they've both jumped into the race. They will not be in the debate. You've got Joe Biden, Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Sanders, and Mayor Pete Buttigieg, who will be the top four candidates up on the stage. And then you'll have all the other candidates up there as well. I think 10 total will be on the debate stage Wednesday night. And I think you're going to see a few things. One, I think Elizabeth Warren's going to come under fire. I think that Bernie Sanders, Joe Biden, Pete Buttigieg, Kamala Harris, Amy Klobuchar, I think Amy Klobuchar could be one of the leaders in this, will really go after Elizabeth Warren and her Medicare for All plan. The Medicare for All plan that Elizabeth Warren has put out there, it's been challenged by a lot of the so-called moderates in the race for not really being realistic. And I think that you're going to see that brought up quite a bit in the Democrat debate. I think that some of the Democrats may even hint or bring up what former President Barack Obama brought up, which is that the American people don't want the system torn down. When I talk about the system, I talk about, capitalism being torn down and rebuilt into something new. Former President Obama has warned these Democrats not to give in to just the Twitter mob on the left, but to think about the general election and think about where other voters stand on the issues. I think Joe Biden's going to be have his back against the wall from Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders. And I think Pete Buttigieg, who has had a few, fairly good debates, I think he's going to come under fire from Kamala Harris, Amy Klobuchar, and even Elizabeth Warren, for someone who's not experienced enough to be on the debate stage, and they're going to really throw everything they can at him. Pete Buttigieg is not liked at all by African-American voters in the Democrat primary. There was a poll that came out of South Carolina where Pete Buttigieg, even though he's in the top four of candidates, he has under 1% support of African-American voters in South Carolina. And I think it's for a few different reasons that I'll get into in a later video. But I think he's going to be under fire for this from not only Kamala Harris, but I think also from Elizabeth Warren and from Joe Biden. And they're really going to go after his lack of experience. And should no offense to South Bend, Indiana, but should a mayor of a small town or mid-sized city, whatever you may want to call it, should he be on the debate stage, and should he really be president of the United States? So I think those are some things that you're going to see. Look for Amy Klobuchar to really try to regain the mantle of the so-called moderate Democrat in this. It's just kind of been assigned to Mayor Pete, and I don't think for a good reason. Pete Buttigieg, in my opinion, is not a moderate Democrat. But I think that Amy Klobuchar, who has tried to come off as a moderate Democrat, she's been largely ignored by the media, and I do anticipate that she'll try to steal back that mantle. And look for, what's her name? Kamala Harris to try to fight her way back into this thing. Her campaign is an absolute disaster right now. So maybe look for her to try to get back into this thing. by taking some swipes at Elizabeth Warren, at Bernie Sanders, and Joe Biden, and Pete Buttigieg. I think everyone is going to be slapped around by Kamala Harris. It'll be interesting to see if she can actually land any punches. The Wednesday night debate, another Democrat debate happening Wednesday night. Of course, I'll cover it on my radio show and take your thoughts and opinions on what you heard. Wednesday night in the Democrat debate, 8 p.m. Central Time is when it starts on MSNBC. Tune in to the Chad HD Show weekday mornings, 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time on News Talk, 95.1 FM and 790 AM KFYO.